Hello, Port Townsend. Crystal Cox here. I get a lot of people asking me, because I sell real estate here, what's that smell, right? Now, you've Googled this, you know, people are like, well, that smells money. Folks, the smell's not money. It's toxins, it's ammonia, it's poison. Okay? I know that the good old boys club and the cliques here, they want you to believe that it's fine and it's just a natural smell, even though your throat might be seizing up and your eyes might be watering. You're like, oh, it'll pass, or it's just allergies. No, it's the Port Townsend paper mill, which is owned by AMCOL. It's Amcol, okay, and they don't live here. Now, they make a whole lot of money from poisoning your air, your water, your soil. They allegedly have sludge ponds out there that are filled with toxins, and this sludge goes into trucks that goes somewhere who knows where. Could go to organic farms, could go to playgrounds, who knows where it goes. Okay? They don't have to document what's in it. I guess allegedly the end user has to document it. I've read reports of what's really coming out into the air. Okay? I think it's like 1,000 pounds of ammonia a day. Okay, I think it's PT Air Watchers, or you can email me, Reverend Crystal Cox at gmail.com, and I'll try to get you some of those reports and information. The thing is, folks, is you need to stop this from happening, okay? I think it's Santa Monica, they did in town, or like just for their county commissioners, set a local law so that the air wouldn't be poisoned by big companies, okay? So big companies are buying off the state, right? They're buying off the politics, they're buying off the local economy, and you're getting toxins and poisoned, and you don't really have any rights. But the Clean Air Act, and there's a whole bunch of laws in which you do have a right. You can sue the city of Port Townsend, you can sue the Jefferson County, you can sue the state of Washington, you can sue the environmental agency, you can certainly sue Amcol and sue Port Townsend Paper and sue like Dale Stahl and the CEO and some of these folks. You have a right to clean air, clean water, clean soil. Okay, this is your legal right. And just because they have way more money than you doesn't mean that they have a legal right to poison you. Okay? So, are they poisoning you? Find out. Okay? I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm telling you that you know you're feeling it. You know you're feeling something and you're wondering what it is, and you're thinking that it's pollen, you're thinking that it might be allergies. You know, look into it. Your kid's lungs may not ever recover. Okay? What's really going on? What does the hospital think? What do medical people think? What are we really dealing with here? Why are they taking all of these complaints of people calling and just brushing it aside? Why does the Port Townsend leaders seem to really like the mill? And I'm not saying this is fact. I believe that they're just they're siding with the mill, and they're letting the mill come back with a whole bunch of words and bull, and they're basically there's too much politics and good old boys going on. And when your family's being poisoned, I mean, is politics really something that you want to continue condoning? I realize there's a lot of families here who live off of the mill, right? Okay, I get it. I'm very familiar with W.R. Grace in Montana. If you don't know what that is, Google it. A lot of my family, make sure this is still recording, a lot of my family died from asbestosis. People had a lot of toxins. They knew that they were poisoning the people, and nothing was done about it, okay? Decades later, the county gets millions of dollars to fix this problem, right? Well, people in my family never even got a portable oxygen tank. Okay, so these big companies, they have money they set aside to Superfund so they can clean up the site, okay? So there is money that is available to clean up the site, that the people that work at the Port Townsend paper mill should still be able to have jobs there. They should be able to be retrained. Those people are being poisoned, okay? Is this my opinion? Okay, it's my opinion. Sue me if you want. You can email me, Crystal at crystalcox.com, and I will accept all lawsuits for defamation there, okay? Let's go. I will sue back, and I will get as much proof on the docket as I can of every report, even where Amcol, I believe, lied on bankruptcy documents. We don't know of any toxins. We'll bring in the Forest Service. Okay, what is the Forest Service doing about the water rights? The toxins that are going in, is it the Quilcene River that's then going into the bay? Okay, all these toxins and pollutants going into the bay, and you're eating the stuff that's in the bay. The shellfish and whatever, sorry. I'm not from around here. And I know that I'm from Montana, and I know when people used to come in and rattle things up, who'd be like, oh, you know, you shouldn't come in here and tell us what to do. Well, I appreciated it there because being a local, it's kind of hard to speak out because you know everybody and everybody's pressuring you and shunning you and being mean to you because you're spouting the truth. Well, 101 is 2, folks. And I'm not saying just believe whatever. I'm saying look at these reports, okay? What's really going on? Why is the Port Townsend paper mill lying? Why are they making all this money at your expense? Why are you letting them? Okay? You have rights, okay? I think y'all should join a class action lawsuit and sue the mill. Every single one of you can sue the mill. Every one of you have a right to clean air, clean water, clean soil, okay? These are all laws, these are all cause of action. You can do it pro se, you don't even need an attorney, okay? And AMCOL isn't in this state, so it'll be federal court right away. So you can file it in Olympia, you can file it in Seattle, in federal court right away as a pauper. If you don't have the money, you can file it for free, and you can sue these folks with these cause of actions, okay? These are your legal rights, so look into it. Yeah, the mill's going to come back. They have all their big attorneys, and they're going to come to meetings, and they're going to schmooze you. And every time they get a permit, they have to do these meetings and pretend that they're listening to the public. Oh, I so care about you. They don't care. They just have to do the meetings to get the permit process through. The state, the Department of Ecology, whatever, they let the permit process through. Okay? You have to keep flooding the docket with facts. Okay? Complain, sue the department, the Environmental Protection Agency. Okay? Name each person that you filed stuff with. Who's lying? Who's covering up these reports? Who's lying about the ammonia, what's really going into the air? Who's lying about the chemicals that are actually going into the water and the soil? What are these chemicals? Okay, I've spoke to people who know. I've read the reports. Okay, find out, folks. Find out more information and shut down the Port Townsend paper mill. Oh, that's the smell of money. We don't want all those people to lose their jobs. Really? Well, if someone had a job walking around downtown and shooting people, would you want them to keep their job? Now, I'm sorry to sound so over the top with that. I'm not saying that people at the work at the mill are responsible for this, but they don't know. Okay? They're being poisoned. Their lungs, they're having all these health problems that are going to come up, and they are being lied to by the heads of the mill that are making a bunch of money. And you know, like Dale Stahl, he has he's on the AMCOL board. You know, they all have a whole bunch of money that they're making and all of their people are making, and this is at the expense of your health and your quality of life, okay? Are you feeling it here? Are you feeling it here? What is that smell doing? What does your eyes really feel? You might think, oh, that's just the smell. It's not just a smell, folks. It's poison. It's toxin. All right? Google Port Townsend paper mill toxins. You know, look at PT Airwatcher stuff. Look at lawsuits against the Environmental Protection Agency. You know, this stuff's all out there. It's just that it's not necessarily easy to find because I believe folks like the Port Townsend leader are lying to the community while the mill keeps throwing up more and more toxins every day. And they want to increase the toxins they're doing, increase the sludge, increase the poisoning the soil. You know, and who's doing anything about it? As I was saying earlier, who to sue, you know, the federal is, you know, the Bay. The animals rights groups of the, you know, mammals and stuff and fish and all of that. Plus, like I said, the Forest Service because the water rights of the Quilcene River. I would sue the county of Jefferson, the city of Port Townsend. Who's lying? Who's hiding these documents? Why are we just keep smoozing them because they are billionaires, okay? A gazillionaire, gabillionaire does not have more rights than any person at all, okay? Each one of you have just as much right as any of them with all of their money and attorneys, okay? You present the facts, you present a cause of action, and you sue them. They do not have a legal right to poison your air, okay? Learn all you can about what's really going into the air in Port Townsend, okay? Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of heat for it, and people, you know, yelling at me because they think I'm trying to shut the mill down. Well, there doesn't need to be a think I'm trying to shut the mill down. I want the Port Townsend paper mill to shut down. It's time, okay? They have lied. They have had decades to make it better, okay? They've lied about the sludge. They've lied about the water. They've lied about the toxins. They lie, and they just schmooze people, and they bring people in and give them bagels, and they lie to the paper, and they lie. And everybody lies, and you're the one who suffers for it, okay? So, stand up for your rights, know your rights. Email me, crystal@crystalcox.com. Bye.